Hi, welcome to Please Find Attached. I'm Ide, and with me,
Sean, additional
Sean. Today we're talking about remote work.
remote work. Yeah.
Let me tell you the thing about this remote work. In my early,
How are we going to define remote? What is remote work?
is this an academic
According
situation?
to this, and this in 1978, remote work is the art of working from home. Blah, blah. Introduce
Okay,
remote
so
work.
no, so
I've
since,
done it already. Anyway.
so should I
You
should
can
I
continue,
I can
yeah.
continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
The way you just went into it, no foreplay. Yeah. Remote work. I can relax now. You just say remote work is
But no. But why I was really thinking about it is that I remember back in the early late 2000s, early 2010s, those days we used to beg. It was not even for remote work, sef. It was flexibility in the time we come to work and the time we
you
leave.
close that. Yes, if I
Oh
leave 2 hours
my
early,
God.
I should be able to close.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
we have to
HR
close.
people used to behave as if the world would end if you came in at 10 and left at 7, or if you came in at, some people will come to the office at 6, 7 and leave at 4, so that at least they are not dying in traffic.
Yeah.
And you know, back then, compared to now, where, okay,
Traffic is worse now. Don't
no,
go
it's
there.
not worse. Dude,
Traffic is worse.
not worse
My
now.
friend, don't go there. Oh.
it's
Don't
what,
go there. Oh.
what's where?
Imagine if you are coming from Songo and you are working in Ajose Adeogu.
You've forgotten how traffic used to be. I think you have.
No, now.
Traffic, you see, the traffic I remember, let me tell you, was this period was when they were doing all the roads in VI, Ajose Adeogun, everywhere. That period, traffic used to back up from VI, Ikoyi, Third Mainland Bridge, all the way to the mainland.
And you experienced it.
I experienced part of
I mean,
it.
I was still in secondary school then. So it's
Bruv, we were working then.
It's your age, people.
It was early, it was
still in
late
secondary
2000.
school, so I don't know.
Anyways, it's not that long ago. Anyways, so that period, HR people used to do that. Behave as if we don't come in at 8 and leave at 5, the world will end.
So
Then
basically, if not for COVID,
we
all
have
this
a
we are
lot.
talking about.
COVID was a major catalyst.
Yeah.
You know, because it was like it would never happen, and COVID just changed everything, and everybody had to adapt.
What were there no companies that were already trying it out before COVID?
Hybrid.
I think that's something I have always wanted to ask. I
I
think some people were already maybe
can't.
some guys that would just not come to work and say I will call in, but it wasn't official like remote work and all that.
I can't think. The closest I remember was, okay, maybe you had a range. You could come in at 7 and leave at 3.
Okay.
Come in at 10 and leave at 7 or something like that. But to say you work from home, maybe there were people that had shifts.
Yeah.
That was the closest. But guess what, bruv? COVID just changed everything. And
At that time, you had to use all your what they call sick days
bro,
for your remote work.
it was so stressful. But I'm trying to remember the experience. It was quite stressful. Remote work became stressful.
So no, it was stressful because it was sudden. So like everybody just had to go with it immediately. I remember where I was then. It was just like, okay, so COVID has happened. Everybody, take your go to the office tomorrow. Take your laptop home and connect. We'll be having meetings. This. Everybody there was no, official briefing, or it just happened all of a sudden.
I think beyond the immediate nature of it, what was also stressful was that it, from knowing that, oh, you'll be off work maybe 5, 6, it was almost like you were expected to be online and ready to work throughout the day, 24/7. People will be setting up meetings at 7 p.m.
Which kind of people? So maybe those.
Not in my organization, but not in my organization.
Their HQ maybe was in Yankee. And
No. This one was not a Yankee thing. Or a time. No. To be honest, my own company then, they were wonderful with COVID and hybrid work. But there were a lot of friends that then they were almost always on call. So having meetings late in the night, almost like their bosses were just expecting them to always be plugged on.
So that takes me to the elephant in the room now about remote work. The keyword productivity. Was it really, in fairness, was it really affected or impacted? Did it decline? Or is it just a myth that when people work from home, they faff? But there's data. I'm sure if you check, there's data that shows that productivity was not affected in any way for some organizations.
For in fact, a lot of organizations, cases, it was improved.
It improved.
I have to admit that for me, I can speak for me personally. I think I became more productive personally. Because what I found out in retrospect was that a lot of the time we were spending in the office, by the water cooler, you're gisting, you're moving from place to place.
When you're working remotely, you are drinking zobo, you are eating biscuits.
What does that have to do?
Are you really working?
What does that have to do?
I know people that they say they have a home office. There's a big TV, Amazon Prime, opposite their desk. They are following what they call this show. They are working. Once the meeting just ends, they just press play. They'll say, So it varies for people.
So I was talking about me, and I know that parts of that statement you're referencing me, but still, dude, I'm just going to leave it there.
The shoe fits. Continue.
But to be honest, so things like working on reports, things like doing presentations, things like from when I'm sitting at home, I'm focused. There's no gist coming from anywhere.
When you really want to do
when I want to do stuff. But in the office, I'm not saying that I don't do those things in the office, but you've got people around. Part of being in the office is connecting with people. So a lot of that, which is where the culture building,
which is what I think I missed personally.
Which is where the culture building comes in. In the because you are seeing people, you are connecting, you are able to really do things together. Not saying that you can't do things together offline, but it's different. It's different.
I mean, for me now, remote work was boring. I till now, my wife, I hate remote work. Let me not say it in case my next step is watching this. Like, okay, like remote work is cool, but I prefer like just being able to sometimes. I do my best work, like you said, presentations. I'm working on a presentation. I've done maybe about 45 minutes on it. I can just stroll downstairs, go to compliance, disturb.
You understand?
Go to HR, disturb their oga, go outside, take fresh air, come back. I come back refreshed. But in my house, I just leave. And then I'm the only one at home. My wife has gone to work. The children are in school. So
the children
I just had the so-called office, walk to my room. I'm like, okay, let's just go back and do this.
I don't know whether this has happened. I know your kids are still young. But now I'm sure you being at home, I'm sure when they are in school, when they ask them, what do your mommy and daddy do? They say mommy goes to work. Daddy is always at home.
My son always thought I was jobless.
You're jobless, exactly.
I remember the first time. Well, he used to disturb me when I was working. Like, so I have this nice chair in my living room that was high enough, like office chair. So I had this slab that they use for like a desk. So he would sit right beside me, but he's watching cartoon. Obviously he didn't know what that was. And one day, I think I had an external meeting, and I dressed up. Do you know what my son said? Daddy, is today church? Give me. I saw my wife the message. I said,
jobless guys.
Your son has concluded that I don't do anything for a living. I called him. Do you know what Daddy does? Daddy works in NGO.
I had a similar scenario. The kids were also young then. Even before COVID, we had a level of hybrid in my office. So, and I used to maximize it. So I was always at home. When my daughter was talking to somebody, I think they had friends over, and they were talking about the parents, what the parents do and all that. And my daughter was like, Daddy is always at home. He doesn't do anything. He's always at home. Something like that. She inferred that, I won't lie. From the very next week, I started going to the office. Because
your wife cacks up, enters
dressing up, but me, I'll be my shorts and t-shirts.
But like they say, it's not whom that goeth out.
That is
It's whom that bringeth money home.
You understand? So I won't lie. I started going to the office after that. If for nothing else, let her know that that is bringing in the bacon, and not just sitting down because you don't know whether this.
But how did NEPA impact you? And Jen and a lot of people did solar because of remote work. And in fairness, my organization tried though. Like they had, from a certain level, they gave us this small inverter. I think it was MTN that was making it.
Oh, I remember those.
Sent it with laptops for senior people. Asked if you want solar and all that. They went all out. Oh.
I think
to make it comfortable for people.
Quite a number of organizations did well. Mine too tried. But another thing I noticed, especially with the hybrid, especially that COVID period, I think the level of, I don't want to say office politics, but the level of politicking via email
increased already.
So the politicking of kissing ass physically obviously reduced, but being
seen to be working,
and just being, in some cases, being assholes via email, it increased.
It's part of being seen to be working, if you ask me.
Yeah. So it increased.
So I mean, if you are, so take somebody that is in, let me think of a department that people don't really, maybe a compliance, for example, that okay, at least your MD or country director sees you in the office, and then you are now working remotely. Your role is not something diminished. That comes up every day in conversations, in meetings, and then you're just looking at it one day that you might just think I'm not doing anything.
So you have to show yourself.
You in any email. No, this is bad. This is bad for the organization.
Yes.
You see, why is this guy causing problem? That will start calling you down. What's going on now?
And it's like you read. So there was this lady. Her role was sort of compliance. It wasn't compliance, but it was compliance basically. Yeah. God, you don't want this lady in your email. So that's what I was referring to be honest, that it just became heightened because we're at home and maybe people couldn't see her doing her busybody. But and I think it was not just compliance, but just general. People want to say, "Oh, we are still alive."
People that's why I say people that their departments are not they are not part of the everyday hustle.
Yeah,
so.
But apart from productivity, were there any other positives?
So it's good I asked this question because the next thing I was going to talk about, I don't know if it's a positive or it's a negative from a moral standpoint. Some people are doing up to 3 jobs at the same time.
Bro, those tech boys. Those tech boys. Yes. Those tech boys.
Of course, it's a positive for them now.
Bro. You know, especially during that COVID thing and those tech boys, those IT boys in the banks, some of them, they moved to Canada. A lot of them moved to Canada, were working in their Nigerian banks as IT.
And
working there, probably 2 more jobs. Bro,
I know a guy that was he went from making his annual salary in a year to making it in a month. He was doing 3 jobs. I know it's easy for the real techies like
boys,
coders, developers. Those ones are doing 3 jobs.
Bro, it was crazy.
Some let their employers know.
Bro, do you know how many? Oh, some did, but many did not.
Yeah.
Do you know when they started calling them back, especially in the banks? They were just resigning because many of them have moved to Canada,
or they are so used to working from home
and they just.
But that argument is still on today.
But bro,
see our producer now. As I said, I don't like network.
She gave me a look.
All this one say like I use that for you. So
yes, especially. So think about their generation, the Gen Zs, especially the younger ones, who their first roles were remote.
Maybe remote,
It's going to be difficult to say, come every day. In fact, today as we're talking, I said, come in twice this week. She's eyeing me again. She eyed me. What am I looking for? 2 weeks.
So now the question out of that is, if you now tell them, okay, auntie, since you're working remote, can I reduce your salary?
Fire.
No, because if you look at our package, then you will see transportation.
Yes, now.
It's part of the breakdown.
Yes, now.
if you are not doing transportation,
She's having
you should be paid less.
She's having guilty conscience. She's having
now, I'm
guilty
even talking generally now. If you are paying somebody 5 million a month and the person lives in Surulere, is coming to VI, I'm guessing decent car, petrol in a week, 100k. No, let's just say 50k. A month is 200k. A year is over 2 million. If I just remove that from the annual package, am I being wicked?
Well, you're being someone is nodding.
No, let's be honest now, because we always complain about Nigeria.
Without sentiment.
We complain about Nigeria that
without
prices don't go down, even when the factor that caused it has gone down.
Without sentiments, you're helping.
Logically, it should go down.
You're helping the organization save money. Yeah. But
so we have agreed that that's what we'll be doing now.
No, I won't do that, because again, when it comes to work and dealing with people, it's a mix of logic and emotion. So you have to balance it.
But really, there should not be emotion involved.
No, you have to. We're humans. It's just like, okay, for the record, COVID happened. An organization wasn't getting the revenue it used to get.
Okay.
By default, they should reduce their staff. But a lot of organizations, mine included at that point in time, said, you know what, nobody will lose their job.
They said it categorically.
As soon as COVID happened, they communicated that nobody will be laid off.
As long as you work remotely and work hard.
As long as you work for the company. So, how about the negatives of remote work? What would you say are the not so cool aspects of it?
You know what the Japanese, I think I saw it on Instagram, what they call kuchi sabichi.
No, what's that?
So apparently, you are not hungry, but your mouth is bored.
Oh,
so because you are at home,
Japanese,
you just walk, like you just randomly be going to the kitchen, going to the fridge. When I'm working from home, I can't count. I have Haribos in the fridge. You eat Haribos, you drink Zobo, drink pineapple, come back, go back to the fridge. Sometimes I open the fridge like it's TV, like, okay, what else? Then I'll go. In my mind, I'm taking breaks, but you're just eating.
So as you were talking, I now remembered back that was my fatso period. it never clicked until now that I was doing full remote work then, and it was crazy. But now we're more disciplined. So
are we?
Are we?
Well, and then of course another issue was when children are on holidays.
I have a picture of my daughter. One time I was walking. This was COVID period. She was literally on my neck.
Me too.
She was on my neck.
Has that picture.
And I was walking seriously, and the chick just refused to leave my neck. So
see me walking from home. Walking from home. I have 5 of these pictures.
So it reminds me of, can you remember that?
This is what I was talking about. And this boy thought I didn't have a job. Look at this boy. He thought I didn't have a job.
So I think, so the kids disturbing and people just thinking you are just at home. From a guy's perspective, I also realized that because I was always at home, for some reason, my wife used to send me on annoying errands. Random annoying errands.
So she's closing like 4. Around 2:30, she said, can you buy bread? I'm like, bread, milk, egg.
So I realized that it was annoying.
They're in charge of the children's school. Anything that happens,
it was just so
you're at home.
So you are just available.
Yeah.
So I was like, so when you think about, so I think what motivated me to go back to the office was a combination of these annoying errands. And my wife is
by the way, like Tolu, I didn't agree with him that it's annoying errands. I was just giving an example though. Tolu cannot send you annoying errands. So
those errands, and the fact that my daughter was saying I was homeless, I was jobless.
For me, the school thing too was serious. So I went for one meeting. All like 13 parents.
Yeah,
All
women.
moms.
All
I
moms.
was the only guy. Hey! I didn't even know.
Stay home. Stay at home,
So I
dad.
was already raising my hand and like, no, I can't do that. I was saying, yes, we have to fight it. I said, because it doesn't take anything out of you. But and then it's not like your office will know.
No.
But you know there are also fafas.
Bro.
There are also fafas.
See, why there's an advantage sometimes to this hybrid is that a lot of people actually faff in the office. Like I used to have friends that were bankers, and they always used to leave the office at 8, 9. And you ask them, "What are you doing?" And he'll tell you.
In the night.
It's 7, 8, 9 in the evening.
Okay, they faff the whole day.
They are faffing.
But you know there are some bankers that their work is actually close on business.
Yeah. So those people, especially in the forex desk,
the people that do end of day, team.
Yeah, but this one was not a forex.
It was
He will say Ide, I finished at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, but you can't leave before the boss. So a lot of them, they were sitting down in the office because
stuff.
I've experienced that as well. Personally, in my first roles.
In my entire life,
I've experienced that. You couldn't leave before the boss.
That's never happened to me, and it will never happen.
Quite a lot
more. You want to go home, you can't go home.
You can't go home because if you look around the hall, everybody's seated.
So if you just stand up, everybody will like that.
I had one situation. There was one situation.
Like that means you want to resign.
Bruv, there was this situation. So everybody was there. I wanted to go. I carried my bag. That was my first year working. I was sneaking, feeling like I'd almost reached the door. Then my boss, she was joking with me, but it was not because of how everybody was. It was because of our guy. She said, "Hey, Ide, where you going?"
Like you stole.
I just froze and I looked. Everybody's head was up. Our HOD's head was up. And this was my first job. I'm like, shit. Just humbly went back to my seat. And I sat down, opened my laptop, doing nothing.
But you see, that's another thing I don't agree with. There are some times you've actually finished your work.
Bruv.
People are just watching Netflix.
I say faffing.
So that's the thing.
Faffing.
You're not watching Netflix with company data. I be company internet when you finished your work.
Well, I don't know what it is now, but back in the day, remember, they used to be very strict on the internet.
Oh, of which one good example. So recently, one of my guys was telling me that he went for an event when they were supposed to be working remotely. Unknown to him, his Oga was streaming the event on YouTube, and the Oga saw him. I didn't know what to say. You know when they say they catch somebody red-handed, and it was not one of those events where you just go in and go out. Like she watched the entirety of like the 5-hour event, and my guy was there, was organizing and doing everything.
Oh my God, red-handed.
Now that is a negative of remote working.
Which part of it is negative? Which part? The fact that he had the flexibility.
No, he didn't work essentially, and that's what the Oga saw, that this one didn't do any work now.
But guess what? He might have been in the office faffing. So the question, and this is a question for another day.
The fact that he was in the office, I don't think so. There's an 8-hour work day. How many hours is 8 hours? You can't faff for 8 hours. See, the fact that you are in the office, something always comes up. Sometimes it's just your Oga being difficult. Like whenever I go to the office then, and it's one of those days that you can faff the whole day, at like 3:30, your guy will just say, "Can I see your sales report for the last month and the last quarter? I want you to break it down like this, and I want it before you go home." Bruh, you're just like, come on. Since morning, I've been faffing. You're giving me this at 3:30, and then you want it before. So there's a way being in the office, it just cuts. Or you might be in the office, you've been faffing. MD will just say, "We are going somewhere." You go there, and you just find out that the MD is going to be there till 8 o'clock. There's a way going to the office takes that faffing joy from you. But when you're at home, yes, you can own it.
But these are your examples are almost all negative. The fact that you're in the office.
No, because that's what we're talking about now, negative. So I'm giving you the things that I know that I've seen happen.
Okay, I
Being
feel
in the
you.
office, that's why
I feel
sometimes
you.
in those days, if you have an interview, it was safer to call in sick. Don't go to the office. And that tells you how important going to the office is. Because if you have something that is very, very important, like an interview, just call that you are sick or your grandma died, because anything can happen at that time where you want to go for that interview.
It just reminded me a couple of weeks ago. One of our colleagues, he never dresses formal. Never. And he was dressed formal. Everybody was coming in, including myself, like,
you have
dude,
interview.
So where are you going to today? You have interview. Everybody now, as well, and he sits at that, when everybody will see him. What's going on? He never dresses formal. So he got nothing's happening. He says it's a lie.
It happened to one of my colleagues. In fact, while remote work, when virtual Monday meeting, so put on your cameras. We just saw this guy. He's in Uganda. He doesn't wear suits. He wore suit, fine shirt. Now me first send that message saying, bros, all the best at work. Yes, I'm coming today. The guys say, stop it. That's it. I know that. Obviously, then we have a chat group. So everybody that they say, all the best one. He kept on denying it.
So just to wrap up, do you think in today's world remote work is beneficial or not? Now,
more importantly, has it come to stay?
Has it come to stay,
or is it a phase?
Well, we are seeing a lot of companies now asking their employees to come back.
Yes.
JP Morgan asked them to.
Starbucks
I think Starbucks. I think Amazon as well. So there are a few companies that are saying, you know what, we're done with this stuff. We need people to come back to the office full time. While some companies are saying, you know what, we're still going to maintain this.
I think so many things. I think in the spirit of wokeness, all those ones saying, yeah, we are still remote, everybody work remote, we're not changing. They just want to say what Gen Z want to hear. Because if you look at it, we have facts that say productivity went up. But then you also know that the management of JP Morgan, they are not stupid. The management of Starbucks, they are not stupid. Why are they not asking people to come back?
I think
so. There must be something better than the numbers.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, it's a phase. Trust me, in 10 years, we may not know what remote work is again.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I agree that it has a major negative impact on culture. Because you build culture when you are together. And what do they say? Culture is strategy for what?
Any day.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Any day.
So I think, except they find a way,
you can't.
I don't know.
You can't. But I like I said, I know that there are some companies that dictate trends. You know, like you said, the JP Morgans, the big names. So it makes you wonder.
So in terms of, and this is final words, for you, in terms of, is it here to stay or is it gone? What's your position?
I would say it's a phase. It's fleeting. However, as events unfold, we'll start to find a balance. So you might now have, for the sake of things, one day a week. I think that would be like the best we might see.
I actually think remote work is here to stay. I think the ones that will insist on everybody come back full 5 days a week, they will be in the minority. Most people
staff because of that.
The Gen Zs might leave. Not all, obviously.
Yes, not all.
Maybe the IT guys that are used to flexibility might. But
you know they will get. There's always a replacement.
Of course. Now no one's indispensable.
If you are working somewhere now, some people will resign and say, no, I'm not taking this nonsense. Then they'll go and take JP Morgan's offer and they'll
to each his own, you know. It's just like some people, they'll say, like me, I never, especially early in my career, I never wanted to dress in a suit.
Why?
Dude, I started my first job were jeans and normal shirts, you know. You can wear a jacket.
Talking about suit and my whole career, I don't know, only Sunday I went to church. You know, I'm a church worker. and I wore suits. I'm a church worker for crying out loud, and I posted the picture. One of my one of my guys buzzed me and said, "If you no wear suit, you no go happy." I was like, what kind of thought?
That's because you are always in a suit, dude.
Because my job dictates
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
wear suit
No.
throughout my career. I'm a salesman now.
So I've only had one or two jobs where I had to wear, and it wasn't like suit with a tie, but it was
blazer.
But like my current role, I love my current. I can represent my tribe, anything. So yeah, my own take is remote work is here to stay. In fact, note you will have a minority saying that you must come fully.
Yeah.
You might even have another set across the spectrum saying, there are some people experimenting with 4-day work week.
4-day work week. Yeah.
So, but in the large chunk, I think it will be remote. And it's here. And think about it with technology, with AI.
Yeah. That's topic for another day.
Yeah.
That's topic for another day.
So I think
I've given you my own thoughts.
So okay.
We should tell people to vote actually.
You know what? Vote in the comments.
Is it here to stay or is it just a phase? I would like to actually see.
I'm very curious to see that.
What the feedback will look like.
Okay. Till the next one.
Bye for now.
Cheers.